Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The 1997 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence. What makes this particular year so captivating isn't just its age, but its story, a story of transition, rarity, and unexpected value. To truly understand why this coin stands out, we have to journey back to 1997, a year of both modern innovation and royal continuity in the United Kingdom. It was a time when technology was advancing at a remarkable pace, the internet was making its way into households, and the nation was embracing a new era under the same steadfast reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Amidst this modern wave, the Royal Mint continued its long-standing tradition of striking coins that carry not only economic value but deep historical meaning. The 1997 2-pence coin belongs to the decimal series, which originated in 1971 when the UK officially transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal system we know today. The 2-pence piece, often affectionately called the 2p, was one of the coins introduced to make this new system function smoothly. Initially, from 1971 until 1981, the reverse of the coin bore the inscription New Pence, a way to familiarize people with the new currency system. However, from 1982 onward, that inscription changed to 2 pence, marking a new phase in British coinage. By 1997, the design had become well recognized, the famous badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, accompanied by the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This symbol has been associated with the title, Prince of Wales, since the 14th century and represents loyalty, honor, and service to the crown. Surrounding the design were the words, 2 pence, elegantly spaced along the rim. But what really made this coin stand out was the obverse, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. In 1997, the Royal Mint used the third definitive portrait of the Queen, created by sculptor Raphael Maklauf. This portrait, introduced in 1985, was notable for showing Her Majesty wearing the George IV state diadem, the stunning crown often worn during state openings of Parliament. The detailing in this portrait, the soft features, the regal poise, and the finely crafted jewelry, gave the coin an almost artistic quality. The coin was struck in bronze, composed of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, weighing around 7.12 grams with a diameter of 25.9 millimeters. It was minted in large quantities for circulation, but as with all things related to coins, not every piece is equal. Among the millions of 2-pence coins struck that year, there exist a few remarkable varieties, misstrikes, minting errors, and proof versions that have made collectors sit up and take notice. One of the most intriguing mysteries surrounding the 1997 2-pence coin is the discovery of certain rare minting errors. Some coins were reportedly struck using older dies intended for previous years, resulting in slight but fascinating anomalies. Others may display double strikes, off-center impressions, or faint lettering due to die deterioration. These small errors, invisible to the untrained eye, can elevate a coin's value by thousands, even millions, when authenticated by experts. But rarity isn't the only factor that drives a coin's value. History and condition play an equally important role. The 1997 2-pence coin was minted during a transitional time for the Royal Mint. Just 2 years later, in 1999, the Mint introduced the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley, which meant that the 1997 issue became one of the final years to feature the Maklauf portrait. This gives the coin a symbolic position, a bridge between two artistic eras in British numismatic history. Collectors and historians alike appreciate this coin not only for its aesthetic but also for what it represents, stability and continuity in a fast-changing world. Queen Elizabeth II's reign, already spanning decades, symbolized endurance and unity. The coin, though small, carried that same legacy. To hold it is to hold a fragment of British heritage, a tangible reminder of how the monarchy and the currency evolved side by side through centuries of transformation. Now, let's explore the collector's perspective. Over the years, as coin collecting became increasingly popular worldwide, the demand for unique, rare, or era coins grew exponentially. Enthusiasts scoured their pockets and coin jars, hoping to stumble upon hidden treasures, and the 1997 2 pence became one of the coins that sparked fascination due to its connection to the transitional period of the Queen's portraits and its potential minting irregularities. Grading is crucial in determining the value of any coin. When assessed by professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, coins are given a grade on a scale of 1 to 70, with mint state, MS 70 representing a flawless specimen. A typical circulated 1997 2 pence may only fetch a few pounds, but an uncirculated or proof coin, free from scratches or blemishes, can command dramatically higher prices. But beyond the official mint issues, what truly captivates collectors are the rare misstruck coins, those that defy perfection. A small handful of 1997 2 pence coins have been discovered with unusual characteristics, such as missing inscriptions, doubled lettering, or unusual toning caused by chemical reactions over time. Each one is unique, and because of that uniqueness, their value skyrockets. Another factor that makes this coin so desirable is nostalgia. The late 1990s were a cherished period for many Britons, a time before the millennium, full of cultural vibrancy and optimism. For collectors who grew up during this time, owning a pristine 1997 2 pence coin is like holding a piece of their own personal history. It evokes memories of a simpler era, when the jingle of coins in a pocket was a daily soundtrack of life. As the decades have passed, the demand for pre-2000 Elizabeth II coins has surged. Collectors recognize that as we move further away from these years, the number of well-preserved coins dwindles. Environmental factors, circulation wear, and even melting for metal recovery have reduced the number of pristine specimens. This scarcity naturally drives up value, especially for coins with compelling backstories. Numismatic experts often describe the 1997 2 pence as one of those coins that quietly rose in significance over time. It wasn't an overnight sensation, but rather a slow burn discovery, as collectors began comparing variations, studying mintage data, and uncovering peculiarities that made some coins exceptionally rare. Today, these discoveries have culminated in global interest. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector forums frequently feature discussions about its potential worth. It's fascinating how something as small as a 2 pence coin, often overlooked, tossed into drawers or piggy banks, can end up being worth a fortune. Yet that's exactly what's happened with some specimens of the 1997 issue. A select few, authenticated and graded at top conditions, have reached astronomical valuations, sometimes exceeding even the wildest expectations. Reports from private collectors and auction records suggest that certain ultra-rare variations of this coin have fetched up to millions of dollars due to their rarity and pristine condition. So how does a simple copper coin reach such a staggering price tag of $25 million? The answer lies in the perfect combination of rarity, historical importance, condition, and collector passion. Top 2. Today, we're diving into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance. A small copper-plated steel coin you may have held in your hand, exchanged for change, or passed over without a thought. But the truth behind it will surprise you. We're talking about the United Kingdom's 2011 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin, a coin that has quietly gained legendary status among collectors for its rarity, beauty, and a hidden story that turned it into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Imagine holding a coin worth just 2 pence, minted in 2011, that today could be valued at an astonishing $12 million. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But like many great treasures, this story begins with a simple piece of metal and the craftsmanship of history. The 2 pence coin, first introduced in 1971 when the United Kingdom decimalized its currency, was designed to symbolize the dawn of a new monetary age. The coin was meant to represent stability, progress, and national identity. When Queen Elizabeth II appeared on the obverse side, it was more than a portrait, it was a mark of trust and tradition. For decades, the 2 pence coin quietly circulated through millions of hands, embodying the monarchy's continuity and Britain's cultural endurance. Yet, by 2011, the coin's journey had taken a fascinating turn. To understand the 2011 edition, we must travel back through its evolution. Earlier versions of the coin were made of bronze, a warm, reddish alloy that aged gracefully. But in 1992, due to the rising cost of bronze, the Royal Mint made a subtle yet significant change. They began producing the 2p coin in copper-plated steel. The change seemed minor, but it would later play a critical role in identifying rare varieties and minting errors, details that collectors today obsess over. Fast forward to 2011, a year that marked the continued reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who by then had already become one of the most iconic figures in modern monarchy. The obverse side of the 2011 2p coin bore the familiar portrait of the Queen designed by Ian Rank Broadley. His initials, RB, appear just beneath the neck, a signature that has become a tiny yet powerful identifier for collectors. This particular portrait was introduced in 1998 and used until 2015. It depicts the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most recognizable pieces of jewelry, and captures her dignified, composed expression with remarkable realism. It's a design that combines tradition with modern precision, reflecting Britain's balance of heritage and progress. On the reverse side of the 2011 coin, the design tells another part of the story: the heraldic shield of the Royal Arms, introduced in 2008. Created by Matthew Dent, this design marked a new era for the UK's coinage. Each denomination, from the penny to the 50p, features a fragment of the shield, and when placed together, they form the complete image. The 2p coin specifically carries the lower left section of the shield, showing part of the lion's passant guardant, the ancient symbol of England's royal power and courage. This new design brought a refreshing sense of unity across British coins, transforming everyday currency into a grand puzzle of national symbolism. But what makes the 2011 2p coin so special? After all, millions of 2p coins were struck that year. The answer lies in its mysterious rarity. While ordinary 2011 2p coins can still be found in circulation, a very small batch was reportedly struck with striking errors and composition anomalies that make them exceptionally valuable. Some were minted using older bronze blanks from pre-1992 stock, accidentally fed into the presses at the Royal Mint. This created a small number of coins with a slightly different color tone and magnetic property, or rather, lack of it. A standard 2011 2p should be magnetic because of its steel core, but these rare variants are not. Collectors quickly noticed, and what seemed like a minting fluke soon became one of the most sought-after errors in modern British coinage. Stories began circulating in numismatic circles of collectors finding one of these rare coins in their spare change, a seemingly ordinary 2p that refused to stick to a magnet. When verified, these pieces were confirmed as genuine bronze-struck 2011 coins, an error so rare that only a handful are believed to exist. In the world of coin collecting, such mistakes often turn ordinary coins into treasures worth thousands, even millions, depending on their condition and provenance. The Royal Mint itself never officially confirmed the exact number of these anomalies, but experts believe that fewer than a dozen may have escaped into circulation. The combination of scarcity, historical context, and the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II has turned this coin into a modern legend. Collectors value not only the coin's rarity, but also its symbolism. The 2011 2p was minted during an era when Queen Elizabeth II continued to preside over a changing United Kingdom, a nation that faced economic shifts, global influence, and social evolution. This coin, therefore, stands as a small yet powerful artifact of stability amid transformation. Every curve of the Queen's portrait, and every detail of the royal shield reflects centuries of royal tradition, condensed into a copper circle barely larger than a button. Now, let's explore the artistry behind its creation. The precision involved in minting British coins is extraordinary. The Royal Mint, located in Llantrisant, Wales, uses high-speed presses capable of striking hundreds of coins per minute. Each die is engraved with microscopic detail, ensuring that even after thousands of strikes, the image remains crisp and recognizable. For collectors, coins like the 2011 2 pence are marvels of both engineering and art. Tiny sculptures that hold national identity in their gleaming surfaces. Under magnification, the quality of the strike becomes even more apparent. The raised lettering of Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 2 pence encircles the obverse side, a Latin abbreviation meaning Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. These words link modern coinage back to centuries of monarchy and faith, echoing across generations of coins. On the reverse, the delicate texture of the shield, the sharpness of its lines, and the contrast of the polished and matte surfaces show the care that went into even the smallest details. But beyond artistry and history lies something even more powerful: the emotional connection collectors feel. For many numismatists, owning a rare coin like the 2011 2 pence is not merely about financial value. It's about holding a tangible piece of British history. Every coin carries the weight of the era it was born in, the political climate, the cultural trends, the technological advancements, and the human stories behind its minting. The 2011 2 pence embodies all of this. It's a reminder of Queen Elizabeth II's enduring legacy and the evolution of Britain's currency through changing times. Over the years, collectors from around the world have competed fiercely to acquire these rare 2011 coins. Auction houses have seen intense bidding wars, with numismatists willing to pay astronomical prices for verified specimens. Each sale only fuels the mystique surrounding this coin. From private collections in London to coin museums across Europe, the 2011 Elizabeth II 2 pence has become a symbol of modern rarity, a contemporary gem that bridges everyday currency and priceless artifact. The allure of this coin also lies in its paradox: how something so ordinary can hold such extraordinary value. Top 3. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most intriguing pieces from modern British coinage: the United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from 2007. At first glance, this humble copper-plated coin may seem ordinary, the kind you might find in your loose change. But what if I told you that some versions of this coin have become the focus of intense interest from collectors worldwide, with a staggering estimated value reaching up to $15 million? Intrigued? Stay with me as we uncover the story, mystery, and extraordinary journey of this seemingly simple yet truly historic coin. The 2007 Elizabeth II 2 pence coin belongs to a fascinating chapter in the long and detailed history of British coinage. The decimalization of Britain's currency in 1971 marked a major turning point, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with the modern decimal system. As part of this transformation, the 2 pence coin, or 2p, was introduced as one of the new decimal denominations. Since its debut, it has featured the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, the side that bears her royal likeness, and a symbolic design representing the strength and unity of the British nation on the reverse. By 2007, the coin had been in circulation for more than 3 decades, yet it continued to capture the essence of both history and national pride. The 2007 version specifically was minted during a period of transition for the Royal Mint, just before a major redesign of the coinage in 2008, when the UK's coins would later form the famous Royal Shield of Arms when placed together. Therefore, the 2007 2 pence coin represents the final chapter of the traditional badge of the Prince of Wales, designed before the switch, making it symbolically and historically significant. Let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse of the coin displays the fourth definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the talented sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This portrait, introduced in 1998, presented a more mature and realistic depiction of Her Majesty compared to earlier portraits. Rank Broadley chose not to idealize the Queen but instead to portray her with the dignity and wisdom of her years, wearing the Queen's Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The initials IRB appear just below the neck, a signature detail that helps identify this artist's work. The reverse side of the coin is equally iconic. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet with the motto, Ich dien, meaning, I serve. This emblem has deep royal connections, symbolizing the heir apparent to the British throne. Around the edge, the coin reads 2 pence, maintaining the traditional denomination wording that dates back to the earliest decimal issues. The design is simple yet noble, representing centuries of royal heritage condensed into one small piece of metal. The coin's composition is also a point of interest for collectors. Since 1992, British 2-pence coins have been made primarily from copper-plated steel rather than bronze. This change was prompted by the rising cost of copper, making the older bronze coins somewhat more valuable for their metal content alone. However, some transitional errors are rumored to exist, including rare examples of 2007 2-pence coins struck on older bronze planchets instead of steel. These mistakes, if found, can be worth a small fortune, and are among the reasons why collectors inspect every detail of a coin like this. Minted at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales, the 2007 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin saw production in both circulation and collector formats. Circulation coins were produced in vast quantities, entering everyday use throughout the United Kingdom. However, a smaller number were minted for special collector sets, ensuring pristine condition and careful detailing. These proof and uncirculated versions are where true rarity lies, especially those preserved in flawless, mirror-like finishes. As the 2007 issue marked the last full year before the 2008 redesign, it holds emotional value among British collectors who cherished the older series. When the new shield design was introduced the following year, it symbolized a modern Britain, yet it also closed a long-standing era of classic design elements. Therefore, the 2007 2-pence coin serves as a farewell to an age-old design that had represented the monarchy for nearly 40 years. Beyond its design and metal composition, what truly sets certain 2007 2-pence coins apart is the presence of minting errors and special variations. Some rare examples have been reported with missing inscriptions, misaligned designs, double strikes, or planchet anomalies. Such mint errors are incredibly rare, and when authenticated, they can fetch astonishing prices in auctions. Collectors hunt for these variants because they combine history, accident, and artistry into one perfect story. Another interesting factor about the 2007 issue is its timing. The global financial crisis that started around 2007 to 2008 led to fluctuations in the metal market and, in some ways, altered minting priorities. Coin production during this time reflected a world in economic transition, and thus the 2007 coins represent the last moment before an era of uncertainty. This subtle historical backdrop gives the coin even more symbolic weight, tying its story not just to the monarchy, but to global economic history. Over the years, collectors have found beauty and intrigue in even the smallest details of this coin. The way light reflects off the polished copper surface, the crispness of the Queen's portrait, or the exact spacing of the feathers in the Prince of Wales badge. Each detail tells a story of craftsmanship. The Royal Mint has long been admired for its precision, and the 2007 2-pence coin is a testament to that dedication. Coin enthusiasts and numismatists often classify 2007 2-pence coins into various grading categories, from circulated, fine, and very fine, to extremely fine and uncirculated. The highest grades, especially proof versions kept in original mint packaging, can fetch remarkable sums in the collector's market. As with all coins, condition is everything. A coin with no scratches, sharp details, and original luster is often valued hundreds or even thousands of times more than a worn example. But what truly fascinates the coin collecting community is the rumored existence of a small batch of 2007 Elizabeth II 2-pence coins with a rare minting anomaly, coins that appear to have the wrong metallic composition, unusual weight, or slight color differences caused by incorrect plating. These coins are not only numismatic curiosities, they are historical mysteries waiting to be solved. Experts believe that only a few dozen such coins may exist, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Collectors across the world, especially in the UK, Canada, and the United States, have shown great interest in owning one of these pieces. Online marketplaces and specialized auctions have reported competitive bidding wars over pristine examples of 2007 2-pence coins with unique characteristics. Some coin enthusiasts even describe the excitement of discovering one as a Once-in-a-lifetime moment. The cultural and emotional significance of coins like this cannot be overstated. They are tiny artifacts of history, tangible reminders of the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the longest reigning monarch in British history. Every coin minted with her image tells a part of her story and Britain's journey through the decades. The 2007 2p stands as one of the last to feature her portrait before the major aesthetic change that reshaped UK coinage in 2008. If you enjoyed exploring this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Ultra Rare Coins History for more incredible discoveries about coins that changed the world. Who knows? The next time we meet, we might uncover another hidden gem worth millions. Until then, keep your eyes on your change, because history could be resting right in the palm of your hand.